In today's video, we're going to have a tour of my smart home. So if you're interested in home automation or smart home tech, then this video is for you. Make sure you stick around until the end of the video and let me know if you have used the last item to trigger routines in your home. Now I'm going to start out with the basics. I have 4 Echo devices in my house, as the Amazon Echo is the voice assistant of choice in my home. The first is an Echo Show 8 second generation. I use this in my living room or lounge. I'm able to use the screen so I can see the time whenever I want to. I can see news articles pop up. And also one of the key features I use this for is for my doorbell. So when someone presses my doorbell, the image instantly takes over the Echo Show screen and I'm able to see who's there or what's happening outside of my house. I also have the Echo Show 4th Gen. I use this in my kitchen, and the main reason for that is because it has the Zigbee hub built in it, which I'm able to send signals to all my Zigbee devices throughout the house. One of the other features is that the Echo 4th Gen is a very good speaker. I like to play music when I'm in the kitchen quite a lot, if I'm cleaning or if I'm making food. I just like having music on, and the speaker on the Echo 4th Gen is really good, so it just makes sense to have that in there. Next is the Echo Dot 3rd Gen. I have this in my bedroom, and that's just there for if I want to tell Alexa to turn things off. If I do want to listen to music or if I do want to set an alarm, it's just handy to have that in the bedroom. I don't need it to be too loud, so I'm not too worried about the quality of the speaker, but it is handy to have one there. And finally, for the Echo devices, I have an Echo Smart Speaker 2nd generation, and this is just in my daughter's room. This is usually used by my daughter to listen to music, or she does like to send announcements throughout the house to us throughout the day for particular things. So as I previously mentioned, I do have a doorbell, and I have the Ring Doorbell Pro. This is the first model, I believe, and I think I've had that now about 3 or 4 years. I've not had any issues with it. It probably is due an upgrade soon because the lens has probably got a few scratches on it, but it is still working fine, and until it kind of packs in, I think I'll just leave it as it is. So when someone presses the doorbell, it not only opens up on my Echo Show in the living room, it also opens up on my Fire Stick. I use my Fire Stick for all of my streaming, so for Netflix, Disney, Amazon. But one of the good features of it is that when you're watching TV and someone does ring the doorbell, if for any reason you don't hear it because of the TV, a picture-in-picture will pop up on the screen and you're actually able to see someone at your front door on your TV. And because I use the 4K Fire Stick, it was a really easy feature to set up and it just works really well. With the Ring Doorbell Pro, I'm also able to get notifications to my phone. So if someone's trying to leave a delivery and I'm not home at that time, then I can just talk to them through the app on my phone and I can ask them to leave it in a safe place or with a neighbor. And with the amount of things that me and my wife both end up ordering off Amazon, it is a great feature that we do use quite a lot. So the next items are smart bulbs. So the IKEA TradFi bulbs, I have the GU10s. I have 6 of them in my media wall. And the reason I bought these was because they were cheap, which, as you'll probably see, influences a lot of my decisions to buy things for my smart home. Because I don't like spending lots of money on smart home devices, I believe that you can have a smart home without spending a fortune. And that's kind of the idea of this channel, is that you don't have to spend lots and lots of money to have smart devices in your home. So the IKEA TradFi smart bulbs, I think I paid around £4 UK price. This was because they were on sale. They usually retail around £8, which is still a really good price and definitely worth buying at. But because I knew I needed 6 of them, I was a bit put off, thinking it was going to cost me a lot of money. So when I seen that the IKEA TradFi bulbs were only £4 each, I picked them up straight away. And I'm glad that I did, because now I'm able to dim the lights when I'm watching a movie, and I'm just able to set different scenes throughout the day. One of the other things I have is my LED lights by Govee. Sorry if you can hear that, that's just my dog jumping around the furniture. I really like these. These are just the RGB lights by Govee that are compatible with Alexa. And so we're able to change the colours from red, blue, green, whatever really. You can also change them by just asking Amazon's voice assistant. I'm just going to turn the main light off so you can see this better. So, Alexa, change TV lights red.
Okay.
That's that simple. Now the next item is the Broadlink RM Pro. So the Broadlink controls RF and infrared devices. I use it in my living room. It sits behind my Echo Show 8. And what it does is it can control my TV. It can turn my TV on and off. It can adjust the volume of my TV. It can mute my TV. One of the other key features is that it turns the Fire on in my living room, because my Fire is not smart, but it is hooked up to a smart socket. But turning the smart socket on does not switch the fire on. You still need to press the power on with a remote. So this became a bit of an issue, and now I'm able to send the on signal on a delay. So the socket comes on, there's a 5-second delay, then the Broadlink RM Pro sends an infrared signal to switch the fire on. Therefore, I don't have to be involved in it whatsoever. So yes, it's just much easier. The RM Pro does also control RF devices. So if you had the RF plug sockets, which are really cheap on Amazon, you are able to set these up throughout your home and you're able to use them as smart sockets by setting up the Alexa to run routines through the RM Pro, and then you're able to turn these RF sockets on and off just using your voice. So now I've talked about the RF plug sockets. If you are actually buying proper smart sockets where you're able to look in your Alexa app and see whether the power is on or off, then these are something I definitely recommend picking up. What I did was I started off with the RF sockets and then slowly built up a collection of smart sockets because they are more expensive. I did this over time, so it wasn't too costly. I bought, say, 1 or 2 sockets a month, and they soon build up. So now I have quite a few of them. So I use my smart sockets behind my TV. I use them to actually switch my Echo Show 8 off at 12 o'clock at night and then switch it back on at 6 in the morning, just because I know I'm not going to be using it during those times, so it just makes sense to have it turned off. Hidden behind my TV on my media wall, there is quite a few sockets for the TV, the Fire Stick, my modem's actually behind there as well, and my soundbar. So instead of pulling the TV out every night and making sure all these items are switched off, what I do is I have them all on smart sockets, and I have a routine set up. So when I tell Amazon's voice assistant to turn everything off, it switches everything off when I'm ready for going to bed. And then in the morning, I'm just able to say, switch it back on, and everything comes back on. It's a lot easier, it's a lot less time consuming, and it just means that I'm not constantly pulling the TV out and messing around with wires every single night, which would be a nightmare. The next item in my smart home was actually my first video, and that is my robot vacuum. This is the Roborock Q7 Max Plus, and the Max Plus just means that it has a dock that the Roborock can then self-empty into. This gives you a lot more time, so you're not emptying the robot vacuum every day, because they are quite small waste bins on the robot vacuums. So I found buying this just made things a lot easier, because now I have around 7 weeks before I have to change the bag, and it's just a lot less maintenance and one less thing to worry about. But maybe that's just me, maybe some people don't have an issue with this. If you didn't want to spend this sort of money on a robot vacuum, you can get a lot cheaper options. I've heard great reviews from Wifi, actually the ones I was looking into buying. One of the reasons I bought this was because of the dock and also because of the navigation. I do find that as you go up to the mid tiers and upper tiers of robot vacuums, one of the things you are paying for is better navigation. So this robot vacuum is able to map out my entire room, and it just usually means that it's a more thorough clean. One of the other items I have is contact sensors on my doors. And this is just so I'm able to set when we're going to bed. If anything was to open any of the doors in the house or the windows, then we would be alerted, Alexa would inform us, and we get notifications. This is just another handy safe feature to have in your home, and they're really not much money. And finally, the last item is this. And this may just look like a normal Fire Stick remote, but this is actually the Fire Stick Remote Pro. And the reason you can tell that is because it has these 1 and 2 buttons here. And you're probably thinking, this is just a remote, this isn't smart, what do you mean? But one of the key features of this is that you can actually program these 1 and 2 buttons here to trigger routines. I use this if I want to change the lights, if I'm watching a movie, so I don't have to start asking Alexa. I'm just able to press the button on the remote and the whole room, the lights go dim, LED light around the TV changes color. If you have one of these and you're having any issues setting routines up on them, give me a shout. I'm happy to make a video on how I did mine. Another cool feature of this is that if you lose the remote, which I constantly do, I have a wife, 2 kids and a dog, and this remote goes missing all of the time. But the Pro actually has a feature where you can ask Alexa to find the remote. Alexa, find my remote.
Let me try to make your first remote control ring. This could take...
How cool is that? So if this is an issue that you have, then I would definitely recommend in buying this remote. It is a bit dearer than the normal ones. I think it's around $34.99 in the UK, but I do find the features that it offers definitely worth the price. So that's pretty much it. It may not have been a very big smart home tour, but my home is currently being renovated, so there's only so much I'm able to do. But I do have plans for a lot more, and I'm hoping to do another smart home tour when the house is complete. If you enjoyed this video, then please check out this video. I really hope that you found this video useful. Please hit like and subscribe, and until next time, thank you for watching.